Alright, good morning, you guys. It's been a few days. The wind has died down, although if you can hear it, it's still quite a bit windy. Here, I'll say hi for a second. Hello! But I want you to tune into this beautiful scene more. Here we go. So it's been a few days since I've been able to post. We've been without power, and there have been ways like I could have posted, but I chose to just use the time of no power. So we were without power for about 4 or 5 days. I came on for a little bit in there, but as you can see, this is 8,000 feet elevation in the mountains of Colorado, and those far peaks, Mount Blue Sky over there, and I'll show it to you again. Mount Blue Sky has some snow, but really not that much. You can still see like the rocks under it. Usually it would be like white by now. So let me back it back up. So it's quite dry. It is still beautiful, right? And it's crazy warm too. It's in the 50s, which for it to be almost Christmas, usually it would be, below freezing, plenty of snow. Very different. So I've been using this time without power and trying to get out when it's not too windy for the moment. Using this time to kind of like just get quiet and meditate and check in on how I'm feeling with this challenge and where I am. And I talked about it in the halfway celebration video about like kind of doubling down in a way. Like really, I've been committed this whole time. I've done it. I've taken the steps. And if you think about it like a hike, I've taken steps just like I'm taking now. But what would happen if I chose to really dig in, and instead of this 4-mile hike, what if I chose to do a 10-mile hike, or if I chose to run it, or chose to have extra weight on my back, that kind of thing? What if I were seeking a way to really boost my effort and potentially boost my results? What would that look like? So I've been really thinking about that. And one thing I am working on now is I do hypnosis is one of my offerings. I do something called rapid transformational therapy, which helps people get to a root cause issue. Like, for example, if you're having trouble losing weight, a lot of times that can be about safety. It can be about feeling like you need to hold on to weight. Look at these sweet aspens. Right. Feeling like you need to hold on to weight. It's like a layer, a buffer of protection. It could be, if someone suffered abuse in the past, or if there's an emotional reason for eating, like the eating itself could be the issue, or it could be the feeling the need to have a buffer, a layer of protection. It could be feeling like you need to make yourself less attractive. So many reasons for what could be causing the difficulty losing weight, the sticky weight. So typically this would be something I'd help someone figure out. I'd take them into hypnosis, which just helps them bypass their busy conscious mind and get to their subconscious mind and find out some of the reasons why they might feel the need to eat in excess or hold on to the weight or whatever it is, do things that sabotage their greater health, and then help them kind of crack through that understanding and come up with a new belief to replace it. Because a lot of times the beliefs that we have, the beliefs that are driving us to do those sabotaging behaviors, are often beliefs that were formed when we were children. And when we look at them through the lens of our adult understanding and experience and wisdom, we can see that they are not really true or relevant or anything that we need to hold on to. So when we can do that in hypnosis and really touch in with the subconscious mind, it is incredibly, incredibly powerful. So that's what I help people do. And since I can't do it with myself, I've got a peer that I'll be working with. I'm pretty clear on what I want to work on and how that will look. But I'm also open to it going in a direction I didn't anticipate, which can definitely happen as soon as you kind of let go of your conscious mind and reasoning and needing, thinking you have it all figured out. And when you just kind of relax into it, all kinds of information can come out that can be helpful. And then with that, creating a new belief, a new understanding, and getting to choose new actions while you're in hypnosis. So getting to choose new healthy behaviors that are going to drive different results. So doing that while in this therapy session can be incredibly powerful. So then instead of having this belief, I need to eat to keep myself safe, you can essentially program your mind with, I am safe already. I am an adult. I've created this world that is my reality, and I am safe in it. I am safe. I get to choose what I eat. I get to choose nourishing foods. So you can put in words like that. You can totally change the habit. You can look at specific trigger points, like if there are certain instances that lead you to sabotaging behaviors, like let's say if talking to a family member always makes you feel bad about yourself, and then you go and eat to kind of make yourself feel, get that dopamine hit, that would be a great trigger to look at in one of these sessions. And then instead of that, you can say, reprogram, if anytime you have one of these conversations with a family member that triggers you, instead you choose to go for a walk or whatever it is. And you can also, of course, get into what it is about the family member that triggers you. And again, reaffirm your safety in your body, your ability to choose your life. And you can put any kind of empowering, encouraging words that really fortify your humanity, your brilliance, your ability to be an independent leader in your life, not having to respond to the whim of others. Like you are, what's the word? Not autonomous. I'll think of it later, or you're going to hear it you're going to say it in the comments. That idea that you're whole, you're independent, you're able, you have the authority, everything you need to choose your life and make your decisions. So doing that in hypnosis, again, incredibly wonderful, incredibly powerful, potent. And so I'll be doing that. And I have a hypnosis recording that I've been dialing in to give myself exactly what I need to hear for that encouragement. Again, I know some of the habits I have, so I'm already working on cracking those. And all of this is also an experiment. I've not used this therapy, this ability for weight loss for myself before, so I'm really curious to see how it goes. I anticipate it to be really empowering and encouraging. Here, you can watch me walk here. And I'm honestly expecting good results. So pretty. All right, so the truth with me is I know that I have about 25 pounds of excess to let go of. And I don't really like to get into weight because I think it can be really tricky, especially when feeling like a lot of times it can be an arbitrary number, but I know a lot of that is excess. It is stored fat, and honestly, I don't need it. I don't need it. And I haven't really like looked at that number and like held it as like a like real thing in my hand and like honored that is a part of me, and it has felt like it has served a purpose. That excess weight, my body held on to it for a reason, right? I don't know what it was. I don't know why my body has held on to that. Some of it was after the birth of my last child. Like it's just kind of gained in totally new ways, and it's been extra sticky. Some of it, so that would probably be like, say, hormonal or stress related, or my age, now that I'm 50. A lot of women say it becomes harder because our hormones do change, and our hormones affect our ability to metabolize various things. I don't know if you can see it, here's a tree that blew down in our wind event the other day. It's kind of crazy. Look at how it's like the natives had those trees that they'd say they would bend when they were little. It's kind of what that was. Kind of bent, and then it grew up, and then the whole thing sheared off. I don't know if that's what that is or not, but it's pretty interesting. So why did I hold on to the weight? I don't know, but I'm hoping this therapy session will help me get clear on why. And even that's the beauty of this type of therapy, is even if I don't know exactly why, here's another one, or if there are multiple reasons for the why, it doesn't really matter. Let me clean off these lenses. I think they might be a little smeary. Because ultimately, whatever the reason, I can understand that reason was a part of me. There was a truth to it. There was a reason my body held on to it. My body was trying to keep me safe. Oh, look at this one. This big tree here. These branches. Looks like someone broke them already, so they're not across the trail. Oh, I'm so sorry, beautiful tree. Look at that. Still healthy. Lots of sap coming out. It was a perfectly healthy tree, but that wind that has been blowing was a lot. I will say it smells beautiful and Christmassy. Look at this tree. So my body has held on to this excess for a reason, to keep me safe. And for you, what would that mean for you? Like if you've got extra weight, in what ways was your body trying to keep you safe? And then once you understand that, then you can start getting into the kind of the cracking of that part of you. And that part of you can often, the part of you that was trying to keep you safe, that part of you can often be given a new job, a new role in your life. It can be there to make sure you pay your bills on time, to help you declutter your house. You can give it a job. Or that part of you might be ready to retire and go away, so it's not part of your body, part of your system anymore. Whatever it chooses, that's okay. So then you essentially free yourself from that part of you, whether you give it a new role or let it retire and move away. And then you start programming, putting in all the good empowering messages like I mentioned before. So you give yourself every encouragement that you need, and that you needed probably when you were a child. You remind yourself that you are enough, that you're lovable, that you're amazing, that you have free will, that you have the ability to choose your next action, and that you can choose something different than you've chosen before, that you can choose to not let old triggers affect you in the same way. So on, and that gets programmed in. I feel like saying programmed can kind of freak people out. That sounds like kind of taking over their minds, but it's really, that's what we do with ourselves anyway, but we do it unconsciously. And so many of us are negatively biased, so that we let the criticism program how we function. We let the shame, quote, motivate us. Fear, how we appear to others, we let that be the driver. And that is our current default program. We all have current default programs right now. So why the heck not give yourself a beautiful, empowering default program, one that really reminds you of how amazing you are, how beautiful, how much change you can create here in this world. Why not put all those good things in? So that's what comes next. And so, I don't know, let me know how that sounds. If anybody is interested in having something like this, of course I work with people one-on-one. You can let me know if you're interested in working with me. I'd love to help more people. And also, I'm going to make a self-paced program that helps people do this on their own, because I know it can be hard to be vulnerable with another person. It can feel scary, and even though I tell you I got you, I understand that coming from a trauma background, it can still be hard to let go. So even if this is the first step to helping build trust again, I think that self-paced program could do a lot of good work, get you on the right path, and hopefully then working with someone, either me or anyone else who you feel you resonate with and is going to encourage you and help you heal and empower you, because life is short and you shouldn't have to live your life feeling stuck, feeling like old triggers dominate you, feeling like anxiety has its tight grip on you. None of that should have to dominate your life. So I'm going to create that. Definitely one for weight loss, a self-paced one for weight loss. And the other thing I see a lot of people dealing with is just like confidence. And on the flip side of that is anxiety. So that might be a program that combines anxiety and confidence, or maybe it's two separate ones. Let me know. Let me know if that's something that affects you and you would like something like that for yourself, and what calls to you. Okay, this has been a bit of a rambler, but I just wanted to let you know where I was after all these days of not being online. If you haven't watched the halfway celebration yet, please do. The video, the second half, I give you a little nature walk, just like this, although it's in a different location, lots of water, and give you some questions that you can sit with to help you really dial in your second half of this 90-day challenge. And if you've not been with us for the full first half, that is totally fine. Jump in. This is a great time to jump in. We're recommitting, and like I said, I am looking for ways to make my buy-in, my effort, I'm not pushing myself to the breaking point, but I'm looking for ways to make what I do take more commitment from myself. I want to be all in And I'm also looking for greater results in the second half. So the first half laid a great foundation. I did lose a couple pounds. I got some great fasts in, felt like it really boosted my immune system. But the second half, I know that busting through this excess fat plateau is a big one for me. So what's a big one for you? What is yours? Is it, again, around your mental health, relationships? Is it also, are you right with me? Let me know. I'd love to know where you are. I am cheering you on. Whatever you decide, know that you can always kind of change course like I'm doing and dial it in, commit harder, or commit differently. Try something new. Like they say, insanity is doing the same thing every time and expecting different results. So, oh boy, here's another tree that fell. So many trees are down. So be willing to try something new. Experiment, play with us. We've got a beautiful container. Post in the comments what you're going to try. Sending you so much love and encouragement. You have got this. I know you can do it. I can do it too. And can't wait to see where we are at the end of this 90-day challenge. See you in the next one.